Hi everyone, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Thanksgiving Day, the actual day, November 22nd, 2018. And then I wanted to make a special Thanksgiving edition type 1 diabetes video for you guys, kind of like I did for Halloween. So for those of you in America, or for those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I hope it is a good Thanksgiving for you, and I hope it's very blessed and you get to see all your family and friends and get to enjoy spending time with them. Now today, I'm going to kind of give you some of the carb counts for like the bigger meals, kind of like how I'm going to approach eating Thanksgiving dinner, kind of tips and tricks, and then I'm going to go into what I'm thankful for most this Thanksgiving. So I have a little note sheet here, so I'm going to kind of point things out to you as we go. So up here I have kind of like the drinks, so if you're drinking like eggnog, apple cider, or like hot cocoa with milk, you're looking anywhere from like 20 to 30 grams of carbs per half a cup or a cup. If you drink hot cocoa with water, you're looking more at just 20 carbs. So those drinks are kind of heavily carb loaded, just so you guys are aware. I'm probably just going to stick with like water or something just because I would rather get all my carbs from food. But then again, today's a day where any of us, even type 1 diabetics, we shouldn't feel limited to the amount of foods we can eat. Your meats are safe. You guys know that meats are a very safe alternative for carbohydrates. Your turkeys, chickens, ducks, pheasants, whatever you guys eat on Thanksgiving, hams, pork, beef, roast, those are all going to be fairly safe. They're going to be anywhere from 0 to 2 grams of carbs per serving. Do watch though if they are glazed in kind of a sugary type of dressing, if your family kind of makes those sugary type of marinades or whatever, just be aware that might add a couple extra carbs. It probably wouldn't be a ton just because the glazings usually on meats are fairly light, but that doesn't always mean it's true. So kind of watch out for that. If you're having meat just plain, have as much as you'd like. If your family does kind of like pastas as some of the side dishes for Thanksgiving, things like lasagna and spaghetti are going to be anywhere from 20 to 40 grams of carbs per cup. Spaghetti is closer to 40 grams of carbs a cup. I actually had some last night. I believe mine was 39 grams when I had weighed it out. And lasagna is probably closer to the 25 or 30 gram mark. For a standard, probably 3x3 square and kind of about this high and about that wide. So it's like 3x3, 1 inch high by 3 inches wide by 3 inches long. So that's about your standard size of lasagna. If you go into the stuffing, you're probably looking at about 20 grams of carbs for a half a cup. Pretty standard. If you go to the potatoes, your sweet and mashed potatoes, those are going to be way different. If you're doing just plain sweet and mashed potatoes, you're looking at about the same. You're looking at about 30 grams per cup if they're just plain. But if you do add, like sometimes my family does, put those marshmallows on top to make that kind of that sweet potato kind of casserole, you're probably looking at 30 to 40 grams of carbs added on top of that from the marshmallows. If you go with plain green beans, it's a standard, about a half a cup is about 4 grams of carbs. If you go more with the green bean casserole with kind of the fried onions and mushrooms, like the cream of mushroom soup, you're looking at about 9 grams for a half a cup, so not too bad. You're going more to the dinner rolls and breads or biscuits, you're looking at like 20 to 25 grams of carbs per roll if they're the standard size. If they're the larger size, you got to kind of think too, if they're like double the size of like a standard one, you would probably double the carbs. If you're going into like the cranberry sauce or kind of the sweeter like fruity toppings, about a quarter cup of cranberry sauce is anywhere from 25 to 30 grams of carbs. The gravies are usually pretty safe because they are mostly fat-based, so you could have up to a quarter cup and have only 4 grams of carbohydrate. And then the last thing I put on here was desserts. Specifically, I'm going to talk about pies. I would say most pies, for 1/8 of a slice, you're looking at 30 to 60 grams of carbs. If you take more of the pumpkin-y types of desserts, they're probably going to be a little lower because they're a little more dense and fibrous based. But if you take more like the apple pies or the cherry pies, they're probably going to be more on the sweeter side and are probably going to have closer to 50 to 60 grams of carbs per serving. So I hope this gave you guys kind of an idea of what the carb count is, and I will tell you now how I'm going to tackle my Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm definitely going to load up on the meat. I'm a huge meat eater. If you're not, if there's like plant-based proteins there, like if there's like a lot of like raw vegetables or really fibrous leafy greens like spinach and stuff, you can load up on those and not have it really affect your blood sugar. Anything with a lot of protein and fiber like meats and really non-starchy vegetables in high quantities are going to fill you up quick. So I'm going to go for like the turkey and such. I will add some gravy. Because gravy, I wouldn't even take a full 1/4 cup. I'm not a huge gravy person, but I just like a little to make it moist. So for me, I probably wouldn't even count that as a carb, or I might count it as like 2 carbs or something, kind of like you would do like a salad dressing. For me, I'll definitely go for like, if there's like raw veg or like, you know, salads and stuff, I'll definitely go for those just because they are lower in carb. If I do go for like the cranberries or like corn or potatoes, I might take only like a tablespoon just because I want to eat dessert. I'm more willing to give up on the breads and the potatoes and the stuffing, which are high carb, for a piece of pie at the end. Pumpkin pie specifically with a little bit of whipped cream. As you guys know, like regular whipped cream in small quantities, like in 2 tablespoon size servings, is only about 2 to 4 grams of carbs. So that's pretty low. So you get that kind of sweet flavor with that. So, like I said, I'll kind of bypass on like the breads, potatoes, stuffing, the stuffings and those kind of things, just to kind of save more room for the pies. But don't feel like you have to limit yourself. I always limit myself to 60 grams of carbs, even on Thanksgiving, just because, I don't know, just to me it's just not worth the high blood sugar. But for those of you that, you know, would rather just eat whatever you want, take a lot of extra insulin. That's what I would do if I were you and you just want to have a little bit of everything. Or you can kind of do like me if I just want a taste of a potato or a little taste of corn or a cranberry sauce. You could do it in tablespoons and then just use Google to kind of figure out how many carbs are in 1 tablespoon of mashed potatoes. And they might tell you it's 3 grams of carbs or 5 grams of carbs. So you can kind of do little pieces so that you can get a taste of everything without racking up your carbs, so that you can have your big piece of dessert and have a lot of meat and so on and so forth. So I think that kind of sums up what I'm planning to do for Thanksgiving dinner. Let me know down below what you guys kind of do. Again, this is a special day here in America, so don't feel like you have to limit yourself. I will be having dessert tonight, even though I know dessert does spike my blood sugar. If you can avoid a lot of if you don't know what the ingredients are in certain foods, don't be afraid to ask the person who made it. Or if you're not sure if it's got added sugars or not, and you don't want to take the risk, bypass it. Or if you want to take the risk and eat it, I would probably account for like 5 to 10 extra grams of carbs, what you think it is, because some people add extra sugars to like coleslaw dressings and stuffing dressings and meat marinades and gravies and such. So just be aware of those. So again, let me know what you guys kind of do for your Thanksgiving dinner, how you plan on, you know, kind of tackling it. You guys are seeing this on the day of Thanksgiving, so you might not watch this till after, but this is a good kind of way to help you guys along for leftovers too, because you're probably going to be taking a big plate of leftovers home from whoever you're going to, or if you hosted, you're going to have a lot of leftovers. So you could do that too, where you for one day you kind of stick more to the turkey and the vegetables and you have like a piece of dessert, but maybe tomorrow you're going to avoid the dessert, or you're going to have less of a dessert and you're going to want more of the bread, potato, stuffing, and meat kind of thing to kind of get a balance, and you kind of get a little bit of everything. So that's kind of the beauty of Thanksgiving, is you can kind of have a little bit of everything and have all these leftovers going into the weekend and into next week. So that'll be kind of cool to do that. That's another option for you guys. So don't feel like as a type 1 diabetic that you have to limit yourself. For me, I might take, you know, a little extra insulin to kind of cover that dessert spike. Sometimes my family too, if your family does make crustless pies, those are going to be a lot lower in carb than those pies with crust, just because the crusts are kind of, you know, that like a bread type base, so there's going to be more sugar and more carbohydrates to watch out for. If you guys want me to do the recipe on my crustless pumpkin pie on my channel, give this video a big thumbs up. I'll gladly do that for you guys. Now I'm going to jump into what I'm thankful for going into Thanksgiving 2018. So I will say today, 4 months ago today, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. July 22nd, 2018 was my diagnosis day, and I can't believe it's been 4 months since I left the hospital with a whole bunch of tools and they just sent me on my way. I've had like 3 or 4 endo appointments since then, and I'm doing very well. I'm so thankful. First of all, I thank God for my life, because without him, I would probably be, I would be dead. If he wanted me to not be on this earth, I would have just died from the severe diabetic ketoacidosis, and I would have just left this earth, and I wouldn't be talking to you guys. So I'm very thankful for my life. I'm so lucky to be alive, because 4 months ago, I would have probably died if I wouldn't have went into the emergency room when I did. The second thing I'm thankful for is my family and friends. They have been so supportive to me going through this whole journey with me, and just life in general. They've been with me since day one. They've supported me through all my activities. I still talk to all my high school friends. I have some college friends I talk to, all my family and stuff, and I appreciate the friends of mine that feel like family. You're a part of my family if you really are a close friend of mine, and I get a lot of my close friends and stuff that message me and say, how are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need anything? And it's just so nice to know that I have this huge support system behind me that's gonna push me to be the best person I can be, and support me along with this new journey that I'm on, dealing with type 1 diabetes. The third thing I'm thankful for, as crazy as it sounds, I am thankful for type 1 diabetes. I'm something I'm so thankful for to have, mainly because I really now don't take my health for granted like I used to. I was 19 years old at diagnosis. I'm now 20. You never think that something like this is going to happen to you until it does. And it has made me a healthier person. Before I was diagnosed, I was always a pretty good eater, but now I really lay off of the added sugars, and I don't eat a lot of junk foods anymore, like potato chips and breads and stuff. And I just feel like I feel the best I've ever felt in my whole entire life. I feel like I'm the most physically fit. I feel like I have the most energy and the most vibrant. So type 1 diabetes has made me so thankful for that. I've also appreciated all the new friends I made through Beyond Type 1 and through you guys, this huge community. It's a blessing to kind of get to know people and know their stories, and know that we all may go through this same autoimmune disease, but that doesn't mean that my journey is exactly the same as someone else's. I'm so thankful for technologies like continuous glucose monitors that I'm allowed to use to see my blood sugar. As you can see, I'm sporting a Thanksgiving themed one. I just did a plain Dexcom sticker, and I put a Thanksgiving turkey on here, and I wrote the word turkey, and the turkey's kind of holding up a sign that says eat ham, so he's kind of being a little snot, and he doesn't want me to eat him for Thanksgiving, but unfortunately I will be eating turkey for Thanksgiving. But anyways, I thought that was kind of cute, and I'd show you guys that. I'm so thankful that there's access, that I have access to insulin, and that insulin was discovered 100 years ago, otherwise we would not be alive. I'm thankful that I could take a shot of rapid-acting insulin and keep my blood sugar pretty well under control, even after eating a fairly heavily carbed meal. And I'm thankful for insurance. I've learned so much of how to deal with insurance, how to process insurance, how to go through all the medical stuff. I'm thankful I have insurance so that I can pay a lot less than what somebody else might who's uninsured dealing with type 1 diabetes. I'm thankful for my home. And now, a lot of people don't have a home to call theirs. I do serve the homeless in my local area, and every time I go down there, it just saddens me. I do see a lot of people my age that come into the homeless shelter, and it's just a shame to me that they don't have a special space to call theirs. I'm so thankful that I have a home over my head, I have food in my refrigerator, and that I have nice clothes to wear. You're thankful for what you do have. Don't have a whole heck of a lot, but I do have the basics that I need, which is all I really need. We don't need all this extra luxurious junk and stuff, but I'm very thankful for what I do have, and material possessions aren't everything. It's what you hold in your heart and what you do for other people that really counts. I'm thankful for my pets, my 2 cats and my dog. I have Tinkerbell, Sam are my 2 cats, a male and a female, and I have Susie Q, who is my dog. I will be doing videos on those guys later, so you get to know those my pets a little bit better and kind of how their personalities are. But they make life so much more fun and entertaining. It's nice to just be able to go and lay in bed and have your cat come up to you and just give you all the love and attention, and then your dog that just gets so happy every time she gets to run outside and play with you. So it's just nice to have those kind of companions too, especially if you're the only one in the home at the time and you don't have another person. They're just kind of nice to have with you. I'm thankful for the country I live in. I live in America. I'm thankful that there is insulin here, even though it's rather expensive. I am thankful that I have access to technology and all those crazy things, and to live in a very safe country, just because I know there are people living in other countries that don't have the same access to supplies and safety as I do. So blessed to live in a beautiful, wonderful country that has kept me safe and kept me as healthy as possible. And I'm thankful, too, for those who serve our country in the military, who are overseas spending their holidays away from their families or in the line of duty, fighting in wars in other countries. And, you know, I sit and pray for your safe return home, and I hope, too, that you are able to spend time with your families. Thank you so much for working or serving on a holiday like today. It probably hurts you really bad, and you feel heavy in your heart that you can't be home. But just know that I'm thankful for you serving our country to keep me and millions of others safe. And I'm thankful for the mentors and teachers that I've had throughout my schooling along the way. They have told me that I can do anything. There is no limit to nothing that I can achieve. So I wanted to pop on here and thank them too. I still keep in contact with some of my teachers, not all, but I am very thankful for all of them that have been a huge part of my life. They have pushed me to be the best person I can be, to be open and honest, and just to be kind and caring to all those I meet. I'm thankful for the medical professionals that saved my life on July 22nd, 2018, and I'm thankful for the medical professions I have now, my endocrinologist, my ophthalmologist, and other doctors and healthcare providers and nurses that have supported me and helped me get through some of these first few months with diabetes, because those are definitely the most challenging times. The first few months after you're diagnosed, all your medication rates will change constantly, and you just need to have somebody there to kind of help guide you along with making those choices and those changes. So I'm thankful for them. I can never repay the debt for those that have those that saved my life on July 22nd, 2018. So know that I still think about you guys. You're probably not watching these videos because you really didn't get to know me that personally, because I was only in the ER for a couple days. But still, know that I still think about you, and I pray for you that you continue to help and inspire others to live the best life possible. And the last thing I'm thankful for is you guys. Thank you guys so much for continuing to watch my videos. Those of you that interacted with me on any of my social medias or on the comments down below. Thank you for subscribing if you have. Thank you for just joining me on the journey no matter what you do. I'm so thankful for you guys. And like I said, without diabetes, I kind of, wouldn't feel like I could express myself on a platform like YouTube. So having this disease has kind of inspired me to just move forward and, be open and honest in a whole public manner and setting. And I just feel like I enjoy it. I enjoy making these videos for you guys, and I hope you enjoy watching them just as much as I enjoy making them. So, please hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more from me. Once I get to 100 subscribers, I will do a diagnosis story for you guys, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit that little notification bell if you do decide to subscribe, so that you'll never miss a video from me. You will get a notification on your phone or your laptop whenever I upload something new. And my life has only just begun with this, and I feel like being diagnosed 4 months ago, I feel like it's not the end of my life. This is only the beginning. I have so much more that I want to do in my life. I'm 20 years old. I've got a whole life ahead of me. I can't wait to make an impact on people and just share my story and inspire people to just live their best life and keep the most positive attitude possible. And I think that's all I have to say. Again, have a happy and blessed Thanksgiving, everybody. If you are traveling today, please be safe. No matter if you're traveling on a plane, train, boat, or car, please be safe. It is crazy out there with all the traffic that is going around, so be careful of your surroundings. If the weather's bad, slow down, take your time, don't rush. I don't want you getting in a car accident. And safe travels back home after you're done with your Thanksgiving meal. So, with that being said, this wraps up today's video. If you enjoy these holiday videos, give this video also a big thumbs up. I will continue to make more as we approach Christmas and such. But anyways, take care. God bless. Spread positivity. Be kind and be thankful. Bye, everybody.